Well, all those in preparation for tomorrow's departure. Our trip down to Trent Severn. We went up previous visits. Get everything ship shape. The new davit system on the swim platform seems to support the Zodiac quite well. So we should be good to go. Early start in the morning. Leaving the marina. Heading under the bridge and we're getting started. Well, we've done most of the open water sections of the trip from Parry Sound, destination Trent Severn. The worst of the wind held off for the open water sections, so that was good. We're closing in on Bosley Island, so we should be at our destination in a couple of hours, I would think. And then we'll probably shut it down for the day. I think these guys have had enough boating for the day. We'll check in when we get there. Well, settling in for our first night here at Lock 45. Might want to take note of the correction there. This is Lock 45. Apparently there are actually 41 functional locks on the system because a bunch of them have been doubled up. So far so good. Left at 8 o'clock, got here about 1:30 for 5.5 hours from Parry Sound to Trent Severn, top side. Weather's looking pretty good today. They're calling for possible rain tomorrow. We'll just see what happens. Anyway, signing off for now. Just arriving at Big Chute. You can see, it looks to me like they're on their way. Are they on their way down or on the way? They might be on the way down. In which case we won't have too long to wait. That looks to be the case. Well, we'll pull up and wait our turn. So these are going to be our crib mates. So we're snugging them up and get them cradled up in the slings. And it's going to be the two of us, and we're already on the move. Okay, so now we're really picking up speed. I think they shifted gears. Whoa! And we are fully out of the water and making the trip overland. And now we're at the top. And then we have to cross the road. Now they're putting us in the water. Lots of water at Swift Rapids. Stop that, please.
Hey, don't head. Don't hit me right now, both of you.
Quite a flow. Quite a flow of water coming out the dam at the Swift Rapids lock. The system was shut down not long ago because of high water levels. So it's great that they're letting us through now. Well, we just missed it. Should have caught it on the audio. The gates closed and it sounded like the gates of Mordor slamming shut. And we can see that the water is already starting to go up. Here we go. Hold tight. And we're on the rise. Swift Rapids is a double height lock. And it is powered. It's not manually operated. The McDonald's cut. Just on our way to Kuchiching. All the way from Gamebridge, just on the east side of Simcoe, up through Talbot, Portage, Thoreau, Bowles over, and on to the Kirkfield hydraulic lock, which is the same mechanism as the famous Peterborough lift locks. We're holed up here at Rosedale for the evening. Rainy day, supposed to be better tomorrow. We're coming up out of the west to Fenelon Falls. We're leaving Fenelon Falls. So waiting for our turn at the locks at Bob Cajun. Just waiting for the water to come up in the lock. They're putting through people coming up. Arriving at Buckhorn after I picked up a bunch of charts at Bob Cajun to help us better find our way. And then we can go at speed with a little more confidence, knowing where to look for the markers. Anyway, it's about mid-afternoon on day 4, and we've got to be at our destination by the end of day 6. So hopefully things continue to go smoothly. Next lock on the list, arriving at Lovesick. See if we can get through here and move on to Burley Falls. This is a pretty out of the way place. It might be preferable to stay here. Well, I'll see what it looks like. So it looks like a mini tornado hit this point of land, topping all the trees. Coming into Lakefield. This is the Lakefield lift lock. We're going down. The next stop will be, I don't know if it'll be the next stop. We're eventually going to work our way through Peterborough at the hydraulic lift there. Lock 24. Last one was Sawyer Creek. I don't know what the name of this one is. The locks at Duro. At the famous Peterborough hydraulic lift lock. Left Hastings this morning and we're working our way towards Haley Falls. Our turn to go down on the flight locks at Haley Falls. Haley Falls Lock 15. Well, we're halfway down the flight locks at Campbellford, where hopefully we can get through Frankfurt today, and then we'll make it to our destination tomorrow. Well, we're passing into the 401 at Trenton. And we've got one more lock to go. It looks like we're going to make our train. Trenton. Gateway to the Trent Severn waterway. Headed back to the boat. Now we're coming on the return trip. We're heading up to lock number 5, Trent, and then Frankfurt's after that. The people in the boat ahead of us are the officials for the Great Lakes Loop Association. So they're, I assume that they're going to do the loop. So it's a fair number of loopers on the route. Most of them have gone ahead of us, so that's good. And so we're locking through this part of the system with these 2 other boats, and it looks like for the first time this morning we're gonna have to wait. Well, heading north out of Frankfurt. This is lock 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That was lock 6. On our way back, ultimately in the Trent Severn system, to lock 45 at Port Severn. We'll probably make it to Glen Ross today, and I'll call it a day. Then when we get into the northern sections, then we'll dawdle a little more. I want to get out of this other part here. Somewhere on the Trent River, long way south of Peterborough. Here we are at Percy's Reach, coming up to 9 o'clock. This is what I like in a lock station. Your place, you got the place to yourself. On the upper side of the lock, there is a big catamaran down on the lower end. Some people like to go to places like Fenelon Falls, where you have power, stores, lots of things going on. We like going to those places sometimes, but we sure like these places too. Great place to spend the night. Leaving Crow Bay, heading for the flight lock at Keeley Falls. Another nice day. So slow cruising on the Otonabee River. Very much not Canadian Shield territory. And we're getting close to Peterborough, which we'll go through today, and probably make for somewhere around Young's Point. That'll be it for today. Stay tuned. We're coming up to the famous Peterborough hydraulic lift lock from the downside going north. And the light's red because I think they're going to make us wait for the 2 kayakers behind us. I don't see any. There's no boats.
Rowboat, where?
There's no boats on the other side. Not one.
Charlie Clark is like a
Coming up to Kirkfield. And we are going down at Kirkfield. Headed for Tora Lock Station, where we'll call it a day. Transit Lake Simcoe tomorrow. This is the other hydraulic lock station on the Trent Severn. The same mechanism as the Peterborough lift locks. Heading for the last lock on the east side of Lake Simcoe, back to Lake Simcoe. A return trip west. It's called Gamebridge, and we'll be there in a couple minutes. Looking south from the Swift Rapids locks. Well, we're back in the territory that's a little more to my liking. White Pine, Canadian Shield. We should be approaching the lock at Swift Rapids pretty soon. And we'll call it a day. So we are the guinea pigs today. They've been doing some work on the Big Chute Marine Railway, and so didn't think we were going to go, but they saw us at the blue line and they pulled us over to be the test subjects. This is an unnerving ride in some ways. It's all downhill from here. Oh, Hannah, would you go down and put the switches, battery switches to number 1? I'm not sure it's supposed to crash so much, but we're at Port Severn. The rain's really piling down. They called for a big storm. They promised a big storm, and they delivered. This is a really heavy rain. We're just getting ready to get into the lock here at Port Severn and start our coastline trip back up to Parry Sound. What do you think? This is the last lock through of the trip. Huh? Back home. It's been almost 3 weeks. That's a trip for the books.